We don't want them ever to come back. We want to warn other communities and the city.
New at 6, several residents of a North County community are upset about an insecticide that they say was recklessly sprayed on their streets and curbs. They worry it's dangerous, especially for children and pets. 10 News reporter Jeff Lasky uncovers what the city found out when it did its own investigation.
Del Sur is a quiet residential suburb. Rows of homes where families are often found walking with their children and pets.
Don't touch where that green is. Get away from the curb. There was that chemical put on the street.
Thursday morning, resident Susan Tritek heard there was a truck suspiciously spraying a green liquid.
All we got was notice, they're going to be doing street repair. And then the next thing you know, all these green substance is just sprayed so recklessly off the back of a truck from a hose. Somebody dressed in hazmat. I mean, who's allowed to do that?
And it wasn't just this one street. In fact, the company sprayed 14 streets in this neighborhood before some of the residents demanded they stop.
People who are walking late at night, their children or their dog and themselves, were stepping in this and bringing it into their house.
We did some digging and discovered the company, American Asphalt, was hired by the city of San Diego to fix cracks in the curbs. That includes killing the weeds that grow there. They used a product called Prosecutor by Lesco. It's 41% glyphosate, which is famously called Roundup by another company. A disclaimer from Lesco I found on the EPA website calls Prosecutor relatively non-toxic, although pets could suffer stomach irritation if they ingest a lot of it. A city spokesperson tells me it's legal for its contractors to use and that residents don't have to be notified. But in this case, he said there were some issues with the execution by American Asphalt. Quote, there was likely an overspray in the areas of concern. The city will take appropriate action after completing the investigation. Susan says her neighbors don't think that's good enough, especially when communities like Del Sur have worked so hard to eliminate spraying with glyphosate.
We've come a long way in 3 years, and then the city vendor just comes through and sprays this stuff, and it's just infuriating.
In Del Sur, Jeff Lasky, 10 News.
Now, the city tells 10 News they'll work with the contractor on making corrections to how they spray. They'll also consider adding notification for residents before spraying.